It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Opening day at Sunny Natakis Field at the campus of Lawrence High School as the defending champion Cardinals look to open their season with a bang as they're facing a familiar foe in the runner-up to that CVC tournament, the Robbinsville Ravens, and we got coverage for that here for you on the WBCB Sports Network. Hello everybody, my name is Ryan Baxter. Before we get into the broadcast today, a quick thank you to all the sponsors who make today's stream possible. Those being Team Toyota, the Capital Health System, Riviera Restaurant, Kessel Dermatology, the New Jersey Education Association, Haldeman Ford, the Trentonian, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Hyundai of Trenton, the Trenton Thunder, Kessel Dermatology, the New Jersey Education Association. Thank you, everybody, yet again. Once again, my name is Ryan Baxter, and joining me for color commentary and doing the camera work today is Trey Wright. Trey, I said it before, both of these teams are beyond familiar with each other, and there's probably nobody more qualified to talk about either the Lawrence Cardinals or the Robbinsville Ravens than you. So I'm going to give you the floor here and just let you tell all of our viewers here exactly how important this game is for Mercer County and why this is as big as it is.
Well, you mentioned it right in the start there, Ryan. These two teams faced in the first ever CVC final last year at the Arm & Hammer Park over in Trenton, where Lawrence took down the Ravens last year in a final score of 11-6 at Trenton Thunder Ballpark in the first ever CVC tournament. But these two teams have been the class of the CVC in their particular divisions as well. Lawrence last year finishing 21-8-1, and Robbinsville finishing 18-6-1 last year. So both of them right towards the top end of the standings, and they've got a lot of their stalwart guys back on the program. But overall, couldn't ask for a better matchup on opening day for both of these programs nonetheless. And it is going to be just a fantastic game. A little bit colder than we anticipated. Hovering about, it feels like 30 degrees out here, so your classic beautiful skies out above, but the temperatures, it's a classic late March, early contest, and we're in for a fun one here. We're in for a pretty good pitcher's duel today as well.
Yes, a pitcher's duel indeed, as Aiden Poot is going to be going for the Lawrence Cardinals, and on the other side of things is going to be Tyler Bunnell, the Pitt commit. Trey, again, like I said, like you said, it's going to be an absolute pitcher's duel, but that doesn't take away that both of these lineups can hit, too. Let's go over the Cardinal lineup real quick. Leading things off is going to be Deacon Moore, and the two-hole is Aiden Crowley. Right behind him is going to be Aiden Poot. Cleaning things up is going to be Josh McCroskey, and then Dan Tazi, the transfer over from West, is going to be behind him. He's going to be hitting 5th. Drew Dobkin, the catcher, hitting 6th. Andrew Benitez hitting 7th. Seneca Somners, the shortstop, is going to be hitting 8th. And Yariel Guzman rounding things out in the 9 slot. A stacked lineup here, even without guys like a guy like Teague Toto, who's down at IMG Academy now. They still have a lot of firepower here.
They definitely do. It's all experience. All these guys have been playing travel ball together since they were 7 or 8 years old in this lineup here for Lawrence. And you got a lot of D1 and D3 commits in the lineup as well. We've got Aiden Poot, like you said, he's going to be on the mound today, and he's in that 3-hole, I think, like you said. You got Drew Dobkin, he's going to be going to FDU Florham next year. Josh McCroskey, who is probably one of the best left-handed hitters in the entire county, led the CVC in RBIs last year with, I think, 35 or 36 all throughout that season. The Rowan commit, he's proven he's got a lot of firepower. Andrew Benitez, we've seen him smoke balls over the short porch and left here at Sunny Natakis Field, and we've got a lot of firepower, and of course that pitching rotation that did take a little bit of a hit last year. And Deacon Moore, he's finally back after suffering an ACL injury last year against Nottingham midway through the season. He is back, but he is going to be fielding here today. He's going to be out with an elbow injury. So he's not going to be on the mound for the next couple of weeks. But also another big loss, Connor Williver, the Immaculata commit. He's on the IL for the next 4 to 6 weeks with a broken wrist. So that's going to be a big part of this lineup that's going to be a little bit out, that depth lineup and about that mid-hole slot. But overall, still a lot of firepower for Lawrence, but they are going up against a buzzsaw pitcher in Tyler Bunnell last year. Had a one-hitter in the only regular season matchup that these two he faced in against Lawrence. And he has been known to mow down players, and there's a big reason why he committed to the University of Pittsburgh last year as a junior. He is one of the best pitchers in the entirety of Mercer County.
And let's go over that lineup for Robbinsville. Gavin Hopkins is going to be leading things off. He is at second base. Tyler Solovey is going to be in right field hitting second. Johnny Fowler is behind him. Tyler Bennell is going to be cleaning things up. He is pitching, and he's going to be the I got the positions wrong. I apologize. Gavin Hopkins is in center field. Tyler Solovey is in left. Johnny Fowler is at shortstop. Tyler Bennell pitching and DHing. Jaden Joaquin is going to be catching. Ben Diaz behind him is going to be at first base. Josh Yu, the Rutgers commit, is going to be playing second base. Nick Wysakowski is going to be in right field, and then rounding out the lineup, the second baseman, or the third baseman, Ben Dean. So both of these pitchers have an incredible task in front of them today. Both of these lineups are known to be great hitters, and they are, like you said, the class of this county. Both of these schools finished their seasons last year, not the way they wanted to, but it was against incredible competition. Lawrence against the Northern Burlington team, again Robbinsville against an undefeated Governor Livingston team. So they're both hungry to come out here and get back to the CBC championship game. But it's kind of nuts that we're having a rematch here, like on opening day. It doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't. You know, you couldn't script it even more perfectly if you tried to be. And against these top two pitchers, I was taking a look at the stats on NJ.com. Funny enough, they both had 91 strikeouts last year. They are absolutely buzzsaws on the mound when it comes to Aiden Boot. It's all about those off-speed pitches, and he's got a fantastic arsenal on the mound. And the same thing for Bennell. His specialty is that fireball, that kind of thing that you'd see from Kenny Kawaguchi from the old Backyard Baseball 97 games, where he's got that fireball. He's blistering about mid to high 90s on his fastball. He is so good. Hits are going to be tough to come by here today, and especially with the temperatures outside, it's going to make things a lot difficult offensively for these teams. Defensively, they're both pretty sound, but overall, we're in for one heck of a thrill ride here today for opening day between two of the projected top two teams in the Colonial Valley Conference, Ryan. It's going to be fun.
And shout out to Backyard Baseball. They got a new game coming out in July, and
I can't wait for that.
I'm so excited, but I'm more excited for this game in front of us. And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Today's game is also brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Springtime is a time when flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. To help protect yourself and your property, remember to lock your vehicles, keep doors locked at home, and close and lock your windows and sliding doors when you go to bed or leave the house. Don't create an opportunity. Don't become a victim. Find out more about programs and services offered by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office at www.mercercountyprosecutor.com. And over 1,400 tariff-free cars ready to go at Hyundai of Trenton at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. They got it all from the Hyundai Kona, Palisade, Tucson, Santa Fe, and Elantras, all priced for immediate sale. Nobody's got the selection or the special pricing that Hyundai of Trenton has. Over 1,400 tariff-free cars. If you were ever thinking about getting a new car, SUV, or EV vehicle, now is the time to buy at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Over 1,400 tariff-free cars ready for you to test drive right now. And springtime is here, and just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half-season ticket memberships as well as multi-game packages are on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Trenton Thunder baseball, big league futures, major league fun. We got done with some I.O. here. We're just about ready for the teams to take the field here, and we will be right back on the WBCB Sports Network with the first pitch. Stay tuned, everybody.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
For over 30 years, Mercer and Bucks Orthopedics has provided expert orthopedic care to keep you moving. World-class orthopedic care here in your hometown from Mercer Bucks Orthopedics. Shoulder, hand, wrist, hip, knees, and non-surgical procedures and pain management. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is there for you. Elite athletes, schools, colleges, or weekend warriors. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is committed to your recovery. They have their own surgery center in Mercer County and 3 locations to serve you: Lawrenceville, Hamilton, and in Langhorne at St. Mary's Medical Center. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics, a legacy of care. And celebrating 50 years of business and supporting the community, Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do, and they have it all. From new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, plus work-ready trucks, Haldeman Ford has a great variety of EV vehicles, and they service all makes and models. They're known for that fleet service and state-of-the-art collision center. And coming soon, the area's largest new commercial vehicle center, Haldeman Ford, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year of business.
Well, I think the wind has definitely picked up a little bit here, Ryan. I don't know if you guys can tell here at home.
Well, it's not a tornado, but it definitely sounds like it a little bit. It's a little windy. Our papers have blown away on us a couple of times already today, but that doesn't stop baseball. The only thing that stops baseball is lightning. And we got barely any clouds in the sky.
You say that now, but anything can happen here in the CVC.
Anything can happen in the state of New Jersey when it comes to weather.
And we are ready to go. Could not ask for a more picture-perfect day. I say picture because based on a postcard, looks absolutely perfect. Like you said, barely a cloud in the sky. We're ready to go here for opening day for CVC Baseball.
It's also great you say that because you are the cameraman today. It is picture perfect for a guy like you. Poot's first pitch is fouled off by Gavin Hopkins.
We're talking about Poot during the pregame show had an ERA of 1.94 last year, and Hopkins batting at .386 in the 24-25 season.
Second pitch fired in there on the inside part of the plate for a strike. Poot not messing around early, 2 straight heaters. Need those heaters too with how cold it is out here. Hopefully it'll warm us up back here. That one low laid off by the Sienna commit.
Sienna in the news over the last couple of weeks with March Madness.
They're always a good tournament team, honestly. They're always one of those teams that just always comes through, and they might just upset your tournament favorite.
The MAC is always just surprisingly well in the March Madness tournament as well.
It is the MAC attack for a reason, and in there, strike 3 looking. The first batter of the year for Poot is a backwards K.
Could not ask for a better start than that for the Stevens commit. And he'll send Hopkins back to the dugout here, and a hot start here on the mound for Lawrence.
Now stepping up, Tyler Solove. Firing in there again. Poot dealing some strikes here early.
Yeah, and you've got to deal because, from the time we got here to set out to right before we went live here, the wind has really picked up a ton. And that's really going to affect how this ball is going to buff it around. Quick 0-2 on the nice slider there from Poot, and Solove down to his final strike here already on a pitcher's count.
Poot's been in control. He's been 0-2 to the first 2 batters he's seen. He gets the pitch he likes. He fires. That one hits him. Solove gets on after an 0-2. Wait, no, they're going to say that went off the knob. Nope, never mind. I guess it went off the knob of the bat there. Didn't hit Solove.
I was more focused with the ball coming straight towards me and thanking my lucky stars there's a chain link fence here.
It's always flinch-worthy whenever a ball comes your way here, regardless if there's a fence or not. Still 0-2 on Solove. Poot comes set, and he fires. Just a touch outside.
Wanted to go on that high riser fastball and just a little bit out.
Poot looking for his second straight strikeout here to start the day as he fires. That one low. Solove putting up a good at-bat here after what was, I assume, a very frustrating foul ball, thinking you're going to get on going 0-2, and now you got to face him still.
Well, you got 2 balls to you, so the count's a little bit more even here.
Swung on and missed. 2 Ks to start the year for Aiden Poot.
Well, the broadcaster's jinx coming out there in full force, Ryan.
There's nothing that we can do about that one. That's just written by the sports gods. The second you talk about it on air, it's going to happen.
Oh, trust me, I've had probably about 8 or 9 of those in the last week or so with everything I've done all around the sports landscape.
Johnny Fowler taking his first hacks of the day here. Fowler's the shortstop here for Robbinsville.
2-sport athlete. I believe he plays for their football team as well as a wide receiver.
That one just inside and maybe a touch low as well. 2-0. First time Poot's really been behind today. That time he finds the zone. 2-1 count now.
Good fastball there on the outside of the plate, and another good frame job there from Dobkin.
And Fowler looks at another one in there for a strike.
Yeah, Drew Dobkin over these last couple of years has gotten really, really good with his framing. And of course it helps that him and Aiden Poot have been pitching and catching together since they were 7 years old.
So pretty much a 10-year connection there behind the plate. Swung on and missed. What a breaking ball. Striking out the side, Aiden Poot.
Well, he couldn't ask for a better start than that, Ryan. 3 straight strikeouts to strike out the top of the order, and the Cardinals proving why we knew that this was going to be a pitcher's duel here today. We'll see what they're able to do on the offense.
And the lineup's up next, and they got a tall task ahead of them in the pick commit, Tyler Bunnell. And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at thetrentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Today's game is also brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Springtime is a time when flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. To help protect yourself and your property, remember to lock vehicles, keep doors locked at home, and close and lock your windows and sliding doors when you go to bed or leave the house. Find out more about programs and services offered by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office at www.mercercountyprosecutor.com. And as the wind almost takes my papers away again, it's also a good time to tell you that springtime is here, somehow with this weather.
Are you sure?
I've been told by a lot of my calendars that springtime is here, but that also means that Trenton Thunder baseball is just around the corner. Full and half-season ticket memberships as well as multi-game packages are on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Trenton Thunder baseball, big league future, major league fun. And as we sit here, the wind dies down for 2 seconds as Tyler Bunnell starts his warm-up pitches.
An ERA of 131 last year as a junior, and like I said, that fastball has been one of the top things in his arsenal over these last couple of years. But first and foremost, glad to see Deacon Moore back out in the lineup. Has not been in a Lawrence uniform ever since he tore his ACL against Nottingham last year. Glad to see him back in the batter's box, and overall, looking for a pretty good start here offensively for Lawrence.
Deacon Moore is leading things off here for the defending champion Cardinals. And on the hill, going to Pitt next year, Tyler Bunnell. It's the first pitch, just a little low for a ball. As mentioned, Moore hurt very early in the year last year, so he wasn't a part of that playoff run that got Lawrence their first CVC championship, and he wasn't on the squad when they went up against that tough Northern Burlington team either. But he's a very critical part of this lineup. Whenever it's a good program, but whenever he's in the lineup, they're just that much better. That one, Deacon.
It on. Now. Was the but no.
The pitch, little high, as Moore draws a walk, and he's hype about it.
First time on base in nearly a year. His older brother Kellen, pretty stellar pitcher, relief pitcher over at Lafayette with the Leopards. And the rider commit on base for the opening time this season.
Aiden Crowley steps into the plate for the first time this year as well. And dropping a bunt down here, a good one at that. Fielding the throw to first in time. So you score that one, a sacrifice for Aiden Crowley, but it moves Deacon Moore over to second, and now Aiden Poot steps up with a big opportunity to help himself.
And that is that small ball play that has been right at the top of the Jim Mayer playbook. We saw it last year in the Colonial Valley, the CFUC Championship. We see it all the time. You get a player on first, and you bunt him over to second. It's that Billy Bean athletic strategy of just getting guys on base, getting them in a scoring position, and Poot trying to bring this lead up a little bit.
Breaking ball low. Joaquin had a hard time finding it, but he does. No movement on the bases there, but you know, I got to give a quick credit to Ben Dean there. He made a great play. That was a really good bunt, and he was a little bit back. Good play by him to get the out at first with Crowley digging it down the line. That one lays off there, almost going through with the swing was Aiden Poot.
Just a little bit upstairs.
It's a very patient approach here by the Cardinals today. And a quick meeting on the mound here, Joaquin going to talk to Vanilla about something. As mentioned, Poot, a Stevens commit. Looking to add on to his stellar high school career. Fired in there for a strike. Deacon Moore, a speedster at second. Poot with a golden opportunity to give himself a run that just might be the difference in a game like this. Breaking ball catches the corner for a strike. It was beautiful breaking ball.
Oh, that was, I thought that was going to be going out there for a second, but a great frame job there out of Joaquin. It's 2-2.
But now looking for the K. Moore takes off inside. The throw's high! Moore's going to come around the throw! He's down and he's safe! Deacon Moore steals third and advances home on a throw into the outfield by Joaquin.
And that was just a little bit too much mustard on the hot dog there for Joaquin. Was trying to launch it back over to Dean, and he sent it all the way into left field, and Lawrence draws on the scoreboard for the opening time, and quick base running. They're going to take advantage of any sort of mistakes. You can't give Lawrence the edge whatsoever, and they're already on the board 1-0.
Full count offer to Poot is fouled, almost set into the parking lot.
I think that's the first piece of contact out of any Lawrence hitter so far today. That's after they got their opening run on the board.
Well, Moore did foul the first pitch of the game off. And then now ground ball, fielded cleanly, the throw over, pulls him off the bag, but just enough time to get the out there. So score that one 4-3. Good recovery there from Bunnell, not let on that. 0-2 looking for the punch out. Inside, almost gets him.
Box.
Bunnell looking to get out of this inning. The 1-2 outside and high.
Just a bit outside.
Krosky working the at-bat here. Bunnell fires. And ground ball right back up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Vikrosky continues from his spectacular season last year, and he starts out his year with a single.
A nice stripe right up through the 4-6 game. First game in a Cardinals. It's already up 1-0. Got a
Bunnell checks the runner and he fires. That one high. I don't know where that one went. Oh, it's all the way over there, back by the school.
Death, taxes, and foul balls ended up on the middle school roof, Ryan. Or ended up in the parking lot, nearly hitting my car.
As long as it doesn't end up on my car, we are good to go. 0-1 to Dan Tazi. High, almost had to duck out of the way of that one, did Tazi. And also mentioned by Trey Tazi to me before the game, the only underclassman. He's the only junior in this lineup here.
Yeah, this is a veteran lineup here for Lawrence. Next season. Yeah, I think this weather is starting to definitely affect him a little bit here. The wind has died down, but it's gotten substantially colder.
2-1 is the count. Vikrosky is the runner on first, and he takes off. Pitch high and misplayed by Joaquin. No throw. Went right off the glove, and sliding in safely to second is Vikrosky.
Yeah, Jan Joaquin having an O'Neal Cruz type of start. Just not the start that you want there for your first game behind the plate. And again, you're just opening season jitters. You're against another fellow juggernaut team.
And taking off again. Vikrosky, the throw down. They're going to say he's out. No, never mind. They're
safe.
No, I saw the home plate umpire wish you the strike there on the swing. That's on me. I apologize. He is safe at third.
So Vikrosky now 90 feet away from doubling up the lead. And what a start here for Lawrence, like we said. Already going deep through their lineup here in the bottom of the first.
And Bunnell fires this one fouled away into the parking lot. We'll do the count full again. Bunnell is searching for that first K of the year. We've seen a sacrifice bunt and a ground out to the second baseman. That's how Lawrence got these first two outs here. And the pitch from Bunnell is cut on and missed. Strike three. And the inning has come to an end, and only one run comes across for the Cardinals. Let's see if the Ravens can come up and respond, but Poot seems to be dealing. Join us here for the second inning here on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 five-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing with, and we're all part of Princeton line.
Orthopedic has provided expert orthopedic care to keep you moving. Orthopedics, shoulder, hand, wrist, knee, hip to non-surgical procedures and pain management. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is there for you. Elite athletes, schools, colleges, or weekend warriors, Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is committed to your recovery. They have their own surgery center in Mercer County and 3 locations to serve you in Lawrenceville, Hamilton, and Langhorne at St. Mary's Medical Center. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics, a legacy of care. Leading things off this inning and trying to help himself out, get back and tie this game is the pitcher, Tyler Bunnell. And he gets one right back up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit. Oh, what a play by Seneca Sumners to keep it from getting into the outfield. But nevertheless, it's an infield single for Bunnell, starting his season out right with the bat.
Yeah, trying to give himself a little bit of a cushion here. He's going to come off for the pinch run, the designated runner, and first hit of the season for the Robbinsville Ravens, and they've got the game-tying run over at the cold corner at first. And they're trying to bring this back into the lead after a little bit of some defensive mishaps here in that bottom of the first inning. Lawrence able to take full advantage.
And bunting is Joaquin, advancing the runner over to second. Throws high, almost pulled him off the bag. Dylan McKenzie is the pinch runner in there for Tyler Bunnell. Joaquin has a successful sacrifice over to move him over, but he almost overran the bag there and got thrown out.
And we mentioned it in that bottom of the first inning, and we'll mention it here for both of these teams. Small ball play has really been the top of the playbook for across all the CVC teams. You know, you look at Northern Burlington, you look at Governor Livingston, you know, they rely on that Houston Astros, New York Yankees long ball home run, hitting ball, like just blasting baseballs over the fence type of play. But you look at these CVC teams, you know, they're all about smart, slow, methodical baseball. They're not the most flashy, but you give these teams an inch here in the CVC, and they're going to take a country mile.
2 back-to-back beautiful breaking balls from Aiden Poot to get Ben Diaz down 0-2.
Just old school baseball we got here in Mercer County, and there's no. You like old school pure baseball. This is the county to find it here, Ryan.
Absolutely, and worrying about the runner is Aiden Poot. He sends McKenzie diving back into second. Diaz trying to come back from this 0-2 hole that he's in, the first baseman here for the Ravens today. And that one inside, it gets past Dobkins, and advancing to third is McKenzie. And now the Ravens are 90 feet away from tying this game up.
Yeah, that weather was affecting Bunnell in that bottom of the first inning, and now it might be affecting Poot a little bit. Yeah, you're just trying to get the hands warm. You're just trying to do anything you can there. But, you know, I'm wearing gloves right now, and I've got a popsicle for a right hand. I'm going to do my best on camera, but...
Yeah. I'm going to say that one just missed.
ABS at the high school level, Ryan.
That's going to take another couple years, pal. I was just talking about that the other day, and I think maybe at like the states that have all the money for it, like Texas, California, Florida, Nevada, they'll probably end up with it. But here in Jersey, as Poot ends up with his 4th K of the game here, Diaz goes down swinging, and now stepping up the Rutgers commit, trying to tie this game, Josh Yu. Give Poot 4 Ks on the day so far here through 2, and now him and Dobkins have a meeting on the mound. But yeah, as previously stated, here in New Jersey, we're probably still looking at another, I don't even want to give it a 20-year window before we get ABS.
20 years is generous.
Yeah, I know. I'm being nice.
We don't even have a pitch clock yet, which, honestly, I don't mind.
First pitch to you is in there for a strike. Not to you, to Josh Yu.
Yeah. Today.
Yeah, he's very chilly over here and wearing that red Phillies hat, which he will be wearing later today as well, going into South Philadelphia as the count runs to 0-2 on the second baseman, Josh Yu.
Yeah, you got a Phillies game. I don't know what you're doing right later today, Ryan, but I'm out in Exton for calling some playoff junior hockey later, so we're all going to be in the Keystone State later today, I think.
Ooh, everyone's going to have a good fun time as time called here by the home plate umpire. they're trying to get the play set here. Dobkins looking back at his coaches. As the 0-2 pitch is fouled.
The against all
inning.
Nice. Is
Why?
fast?
No sacrifice situation. There's 2 outs.
You got Yariel Guzman playing relatively deep over at third.
So maybe just trying to catch him off guard. Takes the second pitch there. Count runs even, 1-1. One of these lefty bats, I know they're dying to pull it off that red monster out there. Poot comes and fires. Swung on and missed by Wiseau. Strike 2.
Beautiful slider there from Poot. It's always that breaking stuff that he has been so excellent at, and he's already got 4 strikeouts here today, looking on number 5 through 2.
1-2 is the count. And swung on and missed. 5 Ks through 2. Aiden Poot. However, the Ravens do come back and tie this game up. And now it's up to Bunnell to not let this weather affect him and stay solid going into this next frame. And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at thetrentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Today's game is also brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Springtime is a time when flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. Find out more about programs and services offered to keep you protected by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office at www.mercercountyprosecutors.com. And springtime is supposedly here despite this weather, and just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half-season ticket memberships as well as multi-game packages are on sale for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Trenton Thunder baseball, big league futures, major league fun. Bunnell just getting done with his warm-up pitches here, and Trey, we were expecting a pitcher's duel, but I don't know if we were expecting scoring this early into the game. I was kind of expecting these lineups to figure it out later in the 4th and 5th, and then we'd start seeing some swings going through.
Oh, we definitely weren't expecting these guys to get any sort of contact, and, you know, they weren't even really based on contact. You know, Lawrence has got a hit. Robbinsville has got 2 hits on the day, if I'm pretty sure. But overall, these guys being able to figure it out early, and again, it's opening day jitters. Everybody's just trying to get themselves into a rhythm here going into the spring. The weather ain't helping, and just trying to take advantage of the mistakes on the other side.
Leading things off here for the Cardinals is the catcher, Drew Dobkin.
After you floor him, commit.
Into right field, and Guzman right underneath it, and he catches it.
That was on a rope all the way deep in the right field, and Wysakowski.
Yeah, I was looking at the lineup here, excuse me.
Just underneath of it, and able to get a pretty good read of it, but now we haven't seen a whole lot of those aerial balls put out into play, and with how much the wind is going to be buffeting them around, that's going to make that job for the outfielders a little bit more challenging.
One of those outfielders being Andrew Benitez.
Second season with the Cardinals for the senior. I think it was in the Mets development system for a couple years here, Ryan.
As that one's sent into the air here. Wiseau settling underneath it. He's got to run a long way, and he makes the catch. Two hands, nice catch, two straight F9s here for the Cardinals.
And like we were talking about, that wind is just going to be so challenging, especially in right field.
Now it's Seneca Sumner stepping up. He's been diving all over the place at shortstop. He stopped a ground ball from getting into the outfield that kept Bunnell's single into an infield single. So let's see if he can turn it around here with the bat as well. Bunnell fires, and the bunt is laid down as it's popped foul all the way back here. That's a long pop-up foul.
That's a bold strategy, bunting when you're got two outs against you. Just trying to catch the infield a little bit off guard. He's one of the fastest kids on the team.
And we did see Wysakowski do that in the last inning before he was set down. As that one just outside there from Bunnell. The count runs even to 1. Sumner's, as mentioned by Trey, a speedster here for the Cardinals, so that bunt not too surprising. As that one cut on and missed, fastball blown right by him.
There's that high mileage, high velocity fastball we were talking about during the pregame, and he just absolutely laced it.
Bunnell gets the pitch he likes and fires. So keep at there.
Always the private (882-6365) at 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Ben Dean leading things off for the Ravens here going into the top of the third. A clean inning of work from Bunnell after the Ravens were able to tie things up in the top of the second, and this pitcher's duel is looking to continue.
Go.
Ace. Okay. 20. He is late. Trying to
Go there and cycle your
to the strike on it's a does runs and
just and so pushes everything over. Hopkins doing his job one way or another.
Solove stepping up his second plate appearance, his first one also a strikeout. He was a victim of the K, of the striking out of the side. Settling underneath that one and making the catch.
Well, nothing too special, just making an overhand catch, and it's quickly 2-away here.
Position. One.
Cardinals hit.
Second. Drive. Now the Cardinals are looking to
Well, trying to settle things here are the Ravens, and same thing with the Cardinals that are trying to bring it back over. But they're looking to celebrate their first win of the season here. Potentially, we've still got a long way to go, but celebrating 50 years of business and supporting Township, neighbors helping new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work vehicle known for. Coming soon, the Air Vehicle Center, Haldeman Ford, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. And of course, for over 30 years, Mercer Bucks Orthopedics has provided expert orthopedic care to keep you moving with world-class orthopedic care here in your hometown from Mercer Bucks Orthopedics. Shoulder, hand, wrist, hip, knee to non-surgical procedures and pain management. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is there for you. Elite athletes, school, colleges, or weekend warriors. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is committed to your recovery. They and today there's all pros. Leave the house or leave home plate like Yariel Guzman just did. Don't create an opportunity. Don't become a victim. Find out more. Prosecutor's office at A nice plunk there on the senior of Guzman. He's going to be going, looking for the bunt into the air. And what a grab, looking to go back over. Could not ask for a momentum killer better than that, Ryan. A 2-1 or 2-3 double play.
Yeah,
and the small ball going wrong.
Yeah, I couldn't have said that one better myself. It started out great with the 9-man doing exactly what the 9-man did in the last inning for the Ravens there, getting on. But unfortunately, that small ball came back to bite the Cardinals there, as it ends up in a very, very unfortunate double play. That was, I don't even know how to, I'm speechless after that one. That was insane. But Crowley trying to settle things down here as he evens the count back up here.
That was just a victim of circumstances because Lawrence was going for the bunt and run. He had Guzman stealing for second, and Moore was just going to lay a nice bunt down the third base line to try to put another runner in scoring position. Quick 2 away as Bunnell has finally found his groove, and just a little bit too high there on the bunt. Joaquin was able to get underneath of it and fired it back over to first for the 2-3 double play. Don't see that a whole lot often.
No, you don't, and almost reenacting the first at-bat this inning. Crowley had to get out of the way of that breaking ball there. 2-2 is the count to Aiden Crowley. And almost taking a cut at that one, but holding off. Great take there from Crowley.
Yeah, Johnny Fowler over at third base. He thought he was going to be going back into the warm confines of the dugout.
The count runs full. 2 outs. Bunnell comes set and fires. just low. A good at bat from Crowley, working the walk as he sets up Aiden Poot.
Well, take two. The worst thing here for Lawrence is that you can't get another double play.
Yeah, I guess that would be the.
That's the best case scenario, is that you can't get another double play, I should say.
Poot looking to untie this game and make his day on the mound just a little bit easier, as the first one is high. Benell and Poot very familiar with each other. Pickoff move, no dice. Safe on the slide. These two have been battling on the mound and at the plate with each other for years here in Mercer County. The second pitch of the at-bat is also laid off just a tad high to Poot. Pekrosky is on deck behind Poot, and that's a guy you don't want to face if you're Tyler Benell with guys on. Benell comes set, checking the runner over at first. The fire's in, and that one stays high too. 3-0 here to the opposing pitcher.
So the literal pitcher's duel here, Poot's going to jump ahead in the count. You're going to see Benell just go fastball here to make it 3-1.
There is that fastball catching the zone there just at the top.
He just got the satellite dish on the roof there.
And Poot wasn't the greatest. He was there. All right, that was there. 3-1 here. 3-2 now to Aiden Poot.
Right down Broadway, and now the count goes even.
That means Crowley will be in motion on this pitch. He fires, and a foul ball going into the parking lot, and thankfully missing a car on a couple bounces.
Hit the gas tank of one.
And I think that was our video engineer Gus Barber's car, as he's got a fresh dent on the gas tank. Sorry, buddy.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
And that one outside, the runner was in motion. Poot draws the walk, and now there's a runner on second and first for the dangerous Josh Pekrosky.
And a nice count there, nice patient count here, as Mike Kinsella is going to go here for a mound meeting.
Benell does know how to get himself out of trouble. He doesn't find himself in trouble too often in situations like this, but a guy going to play Division I in an ACC school, it's definitely a tough task. And against a team as good as the Cardinals, this is going to be a really, really huge at-bat here against, as I don't want to sound like a broken record, but as alluded to earlier by Trey, possibly one of the best left-handed bats in Mercer County, and that being Josh Pekrosky.
Yeah, he's led the team in RBIs last year. Said that a couple different times. Benell's going to stay in there. No surprise. He's only gone, 2 2/3 of an inning.
Yep.
But if you're Josh Pekrosky and you got 2 outs, but you got 2 runners on base, you got one of them in scoring position, you're just also looking to be a little bit more patient here as that batter. I see a nice hole over in left field. That nice little ground ball. That would score 1, take the lead back.
Swing and a miss. Gorgeous breaking ball from Benell.
And that he was swinging for the fences, was trying to send one all the way over on top of the neighborhood and right.
Crowley at second, Poot at first, Pekrosky at the plate. Benell trying to stop this before it becomes a problem. Second breaking ball cut on and miss, and he's breaking, and now they got a runner between second and third. The throw, and they got him! Caught in between second and third was Aiden Crowley, and the Ravens get out of a jam here.
2 runners on the base, 2 runners off, and Lawrence's bottom of the third plagued with mistakes and just unfortunate situations there, I should say. And it remains a 1-1 game in Robbinsville. Right now, still in the driver's seat momentum-wise. Lawrence wasn't able to change that, and now the Ravens looking to take the lead here going to the top of the 4th, Ryan.
You can't spell momentum without CVC baseball, and we're getting into that top of the 4th inning. And for over 30 years, Mercer Bucks Orthopedics has provided expert orthopedic care to keep you moving. World-class orthopedic care here in your hometown from Mercer Bucks Orthopedics. Shoulder, hand, wrist, hip, knee to non-surgical procedures and pain management. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is there for you. Elite athletes, schools, colleges, or weekend warriors, Mercer Bucks Orthopedics is committed to your recovery. They have their own surgery center in Mercer County and 3 locations to serve you. Lawrenceville, Hamilton, and in Langhorne at St. Mary's Medical Center. Mercer Bucks Orthopedics, a legacy of care. And today's game is brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Springtime is a time where flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. To find out more about programs and services offered by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office to keep you protected this spring season, visit them at www.mercercountyprosecutors.com. We're going into the 4th inning here as Poot goes back to work. A 1-1 ball game here. Tyler Bunnell is going to lead things off here for the Ravens. And Trey, we talk about momentum all the time here, but getting out of an inning like that with a pickle play like that, with almost looked like what could be a lot of damage done by the Cardinals, it's got to be refreshing, and it's got to be another huge boost of confidence here for the Ravens going further into this game.
It definitely is, and that was just a wild bookend to that bottom of the 3rd inning for Robbinsville. You know, Lawrence had a runner on, and then they got that double play, and then you walk Poot, you walk Crowley, and then you get that pickle play over at second base, and just trying to be patient. It's all about patience here in the CVC, and again, once your opponent makes a mistake, that's when you're able to bust down the door with the heel and make them pay, and they certainly made them pay a couple of different times there.
This is Tyler Bunnell at the plate. He singled his first time up, and his pinch runner, I should say, Dylan McKenzie, came all the way around to score to tie this game up here, but it was off his bat that they got the tying run in, and he's down 0-1 to Aiden Poot. And the second pitch of the at-bat doesn't clip the zone, just low, runs it even, does Bunnell.
Yeah, both these pitchers have been able to get a couple of licks off one another, and they've both been on base here. Poot's been on base once. Or twice, I should say, and now
Bunnell's been on twice now as he rips his second single of the game. Likely to see that pinch runner come back into play here, but Tyler Bunnell 2 for 2 on the day. And yep, here comes McKenzie to take his spot.
So 2 for 2 goes the pit commit. And well, both of them have been on base here twice, so they've both been able to take advantage, but you know, Poot, he's been able to tax a little bit of the pitch counts onto Bunnell, so a little bit more effective in that department, I would say. Throws it back over. McKenzie diving back into the foxhole.
Now stepping up is Jaden Joaquin, the catcher today. It was a sacrifice for him last time. Looks like they're trying to prevent that, but the runner does get down right back to Poot and overthrown this time. We almost had an exact same situation, and he got confused. McKenzie got confused on the base paths because, so bunt down caught in the air by Poot, and instead of going back to tag up to get to first on the overthrow, he ran back to second to try to advance. What two miscues on small ball we've seen.
I think I just heard the Benny Hill theme play there, Ryan. That was just...
So how do you score that? 1-3, 9-3? Foul ball heading over this way. No play there as it ends up right over here by the fans next to us here on the first base side.
I guess
I'm going to go ahead and call that a 1-3-9-3. Sounds good to me.
Oh, Lordy. It does not get any better than that. CVC, it's such a gem for that reason.
This is Ben Diaz at the plate now. He was a strikeout victim his last plate appearance. The count's even to him now, 1-1.
So 1-3-9-3 double play. Talk about that as a baseball play-agami.
We've had a wacky last couple half innings here. That bottom half of the 3rd was nuts, and the insanity carries over here. Welcome to opening day in Mercer County, ladies and gentlemen.
You always just see the wackiest stuff on opening day. Just across baseball in general. You had 2 birds collide and kill each other with them in the Mets game.
Wow, I forgot about that. Looking and striking out for the 2nd time today. and becoming the 6th victim of the K, Ben Diaz. Aiden Poot is dealing. And we'll be back with the bottom half of the 4th inning. Let's see if the Cardinals can stop these base running fiascos and get a run on the board on the WBCB Sports Network. Stay tuned, everybody.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
The bottom of the 4th inning is just about ready to kick off at Sonny Natakis Field here on the campus of Lawrence High School. And I'm hoping for an end of this wackiness here because we've seen a single, 2 small ball double plays in the bottom of the 3rd and the top of the 4th inning. Trey, what just happened?
You tell me. Opening day jitters, it's the first game of the season and a high pressure point. I don't fault Mackenzie for that at all. You think that you're going to be caught out because, again, Robbinsville was going to be going for the same exact thing that Lawrence was going for, the hit and run. And Mackenzie, you thought he was caught out in no man's land, saw the baseball go way over Aiden Crowley's head, but just a mental error there that was unfortunately going to cost him that top part of the inning.
Now, Vikrosky didn't get to finish his at-bat in the last half of the inning, so he's leading off things here in the bottom of the 4th as that one high and outside for a ball 1.
Fresh set of outs here for Vikrosky, so not much pressure on the
to come up here as
L.
Play back.
Pretty halfway decent shot over on the golf course.
It looks sliced to me.
That was hooked in half.
Vikrosky 0-2 or 1-2, excuse me. Vanell fires, can't get him to fish at that breaking ball. 2-2.
That's a drive that Tiger Woods probably would have had yesterday after his other drive.
Well, that other drive is the reason why he didn't get to do the rest of the drives that he was expecting to. 2-2. Ground ball hit right up in front, played by Joaquin. 2-3 put out here to start the inning for the Ravens.
And a laser there from Joaquin. Got it all the way back over to first in time. It was a little bit closer than I anticipated. Vikrosky able to lumber all the way down. He was blitzing towards home. Just trying to get there, not able to get there in time. And brings up Dan Tozzi for his second at-bat in a Lawrence uniform.
Yeah, his first at-bat. It did end in a strikeout, so he's looking to change his fortunes here as Bunnell comes set and he fires. Breaking ball doesn't touch the outside part of the plate there. 1-0. As I see Connor Willifer over there being one of the biggest cheerleaders here for the Cardinals, as he, as noted earlier, unable to play with a wrist injury as the second pitch is fouled off here. 1s now in this count to Tozzi. But
he's got one of the loudest voices in the dugout.
Oh yeah, I love hearing that too, especially because you can't understand them, but if you've played baseball, you know exactly what they're saying. 1s all over the place. 1-1 game, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. As Bunnell fires the 1 fastball in there for strike 2.
I was noticing Vikrosky talking with Tozzi just on what to expect there.
Vikrosky had been taking cuts at the breaking ball, maybe telling him to look for that as he does take a cut at the breaking ball there and sends it foul down the line there.
He's got his timing down.
Let's see if Tozzi can catch up on the fastball here. He's got the breaking ball down, but I would assume that Bunnell's going to try to pump that 90s heater right by him. Nope, another off-speed pitch, and it's a gorgeous one. On the tag, he is out. 2 Ks for Dan Tazi, and it's 2 Ks on the day in general for Tyler Bunnell, both at the hands of Dan Tazi.
He had another good heads-up play there out of Jaden Joaquin. Noticing that, hey, that was a drop third strike, tagged him out, and we were talking about he kind of had an O'Neal Cruz level up bottom of the first there to really start things off, but he's really gotten himself comfortable after those opening kerfuffles, and he's played a really big part into Robbinsville keeping this Lawrence team's offense at bay.
Dobkin takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Quick pitch there, Bunnell, that one laced and bouncing and avoiding a pulling out pickup truck. I'm having more fun watching the foul balls go into the parking lot at this point.
He just barely got out of the way. You couldn't have timed that even any better than you would have wanted to.
The 0-2 pitch catches the top of the zone, strike 3, popped out of Joaquin's glove, but over to first and getting out of the inning. The Robbinsville Ravens don't allow the Cardinals to even get on base that inning.
Now we're starting to see Bunnell really get into his groove. We've seen Poot get into his groove a little bit earlier on, and we're starting to see this game come to a crawl here, Ryan. 1-1 after 4 to the top of the 5th we go, and we have got ourselves a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel here in Lawrence Township. It is so fun to be back. We are so back, and we've never been so far back.
And we will be right back with the top of this 5th inning. Josh Yu leading things off for the Ravens. Stay tuned, everybody.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Top of the 5th inning here. It's been a pitcher's duel, but Trey, it's been the tale of 2 different sides of pitching. Aiden Poot has had 6 strikeouts on his docket. You look over on the other side, Tyler Bunnell, he's only got 2, and they're at the hands of the same batter.
Yeah, but both these teams have been keeping each other's offenses at bay. It's mostly been on the mound here for Poot. Like you said, he's got 6 on the day. He's got a touchdown's worth of Ks, looking to get 7 for number 7. But it's really been this stellar infield defense for Robbinsville that's really kept them in this game as well. You've got really good catching from Joaquin behind the plate. You've got some really good infield play as well. A couple of mental mistakes on either side, but overall, it's been a really, really entertaining game of baseball. It's been a great opening day game of baseball with some of the wacky stuff that we've seen, some of the first day jitters coming into play here that have kept the game really level-headed. And now we're in the witching hour. We're in the back end of the game here, still tied at 1. So the only thing now is who's going to blink first.
Josh Yu looking to be the guy who opens the door for the Ravens offense here. He was the guy who tied the game up in the 2nd inning with the RBI single that brought home McKenzie. And he's looking to get back on base here, the Rutgers commit. He does pitch a little bit as well. He was actually the pitcher in that championship game last year against Lawrence as he rolls ones over. Summers misplays it, keeps it in front, bounces it over. But Yu able to beat it out. An infield single from Josh Yu to start things out here for the Ravens here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, that was a bouncing ball a little too fast there for Sumners. And again, you've got frozen popsicles for hands right now. Just trying to take that ball. Again, we've had nice, beautiful weather over these last couple of days, but of course, today of all days, opening day of all days, we've got a cold front coming through. It's 30 degrees, and just an unfortunate play there.
A bunt laid down by Wysakowski. Poop fields it himself, gets it over to the first baseman, but the runner does advance. Yu to second, Wysakowski, sacrifice over 1-3 putout.
So now another runner in scoring position, especially with Wysakowski, or Ben Dean coming up, my apologies. It's 9-hole hitter. He's got a little bit of firepower in him. He's looking to bring Robbinsville their first lead of the day.
He also had a single his last time up against Poot as the first pitch fired in there for a strike. Dean being a part of that terrific infield play that we've seen from the Ravens down at third base. He's been busy with a couple of these bunts going down the third base line, so he's definitely been he's been one of the warmer players with how much he's been moving out there. That one doesn't catch the outside part of the plate there. 1-1.
Yeah, that lower outside has been Poot's bread and butter, and I'm surprised that the umpire didn't give him that one.
Poot gets the pitch he likes, checks on you. The breaking ball is hit right out in front. Dobkin wanted to make the play to third. The throw pulls him off the bag. Dean safe at first. A rare mental miscue there from Drew Dobkin, and now the
was pop
so a ground ball, if the runner isn't moving from first, does get them out of this inning if played properly and correctly. No miscues, no bounces, no nothing. However, keeping the ball on the ground is going to be a task here because we're back at the top of the lineup here for Robbinsville, and Gavin Hopkins is looking to do damage. 0 for 2 on his day. He started out with a backwards K, and then I think he was a part of that wackiness that we saw on the top of the third, starting that double play on the pop out with the bunt. As he takes the first pitch for a strike, he does not like that call.
Yeah, and Dean was ready to sprint out of the box like a racehorse. Sprung off the bag like a racehorse, I should say, as he had about maybe 8 or 9 steps off of first. Unfortunately, was able to get back over.
Second pitch, ground ball right back to Poot. No play at home. He gets the out at first, and the Ravens take the lead on an RBI ground out by Gavin Hopkins.
Just textbook about that. Shot it right back over to Poot. And Poot, again, just, you know that you've got to bite off a little bit here. You're not going to be able to make that play at home. Just get the out and mitigate the damage here. But now Lawrence behind for the first time today in Robbinsville. 2 unanswered runs.
Oh, Solove fouls the first pitch off, and it drills the home plate umpire right in the mask. Stayed on his feet there. That's a tough blue right there, but he's definitely a little shaken up after that one. No helmet underneath the mask. He really ate that one, Trey.
He definitely did, and he's a tough customer. Didn't even fall down. He stumbled a little bit back over, but he looks to be no worse for wear. But occupational hazard.
Gus is so shocked. He can't even look right now over there at the situation. He is just beyond emotional right now. That must have really scared him. Gus can't keep it together right now. He's really emotional about this.
But you can be emotional about the Phillies later, Gus.
But thankfully here, our home plate umpire is okay and able to continue here. We will continue opening day in the top of the 5th here. And Robbinsville is looking to add on to the lead here. Solove in an 0-1 count. He grounds that one to the first base side, fielded cleanly and getting the out and out of the inning. However, the Ravens find themselves on top going into the bottom of this 5th inning. And Bunnell, he's been cruising these last couple of innings.
He certainly has, and this infield play is not letting anybody get through it. Bunnell has been placing things perfectly, and his infield has been helping him out a ton here in this game so far. Lawrence has got 9 outs to get a run across to tie the game, but Bunnell's going to go back to the hill here. And overall, we'll see what Robbinsville is able to do, but they're in the driver's seat. They've had the momentum over the last couple of half innings or so, and we'll see what they're able to close out here for the final couple of innings here.
The defending champions on the ropes as the runner-ups look for revenge here on opening day. Stay tuned here on the WBCB Sports Network for the bottom of the 5th inning.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 five-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Thing I need is to drive to Exton.
Tyler Bunnell getting the rest of his warm-up pitches. Joaquin with the throw down. And Trey, for the first time in this game, Tyler Bunnell is working with a lead.
Yeah, it's one thing to finally get that lead here with your team around you supporting you, but it's another thing to try to keep it. His pitch numbers are up a little bit here. Next half inning, we'll go ahead and see exactly how close Robbinsville is to go into the bullpen here.
Leading things off for the Cardinals, Andrew Benitez, as he takes a pitch off the inside part of the plate for a strike.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of breaking stuff here against Benitez, who is really good when it comes to fastballs.
Another one just catching that inside part of the plate there. 0-2. Bunnell trying to remain in the driver's seat here. As he fires in the 0-2. That one doesn't catch a corner. 1-2 now the count to the Cardinal left fielder. Benitez, Sumners, and Guzman are the three scheduled to come up here for Lawrence. That one just high there, almost caught him off the knuckles there.
You think getting hit by a foul tip by an umpire is bad. Wait until you get a fastball to the knuckles in this weather.
In this weather, off the handles, yeah, I'm good. 1-2. That's inside as well. 3-2 now, excuse me. The count runs full.
A very patient count here for Benitez.
Benitez looking to be the spark plug here late for the Cardinals. Bunnell, line drive, and that one is just foul. Barely over the bag. Foul ball. Wow, that would have been a loud start.
That would have been at least 3 bases there for Benitez. He was already halfway down first when the foul ball was called. He was springing out of the box like a house cat.
Looking to recreate that swing, just keep it a little straighter. Bunnell steps off. Shakes off the first pitch, likes the second one. He's taking his time and fires. Strike 3, swung on and missed. Down goes Benitez. Bunnell continues to cruise.
And that was just a psychological battle there between Bunnell and Benitez, and Bunnell got him on that fastball, that blazing fastball, and there's nothing Benitez could really do there.
Seneca Sumner's now up to the plate, dropping a bunt down and fouling it over the backstop into the parking lot.
No cars that way, only a couple dumpsters in the middle school.
Only if they're moving. And if you hit a moving car with a foul ball, that's honestly a skill. I almost saw that the other day.
That should register as a hit.
I was doing a game at Trenton High, and there were a couple foul balls hit over onto Greenwood Avenue that almost hit some cars. Another one fouled out. That one probably could have been a play made by Trey if there wasn't a fence in front of us.
No, I'd rather not. I don't have a glove. I've got gloves, just not the correct baseball gloves.
I can't even imagine barehanding a line drive in this weather right now.
Oh, I do not want to think about that.
0-2 here to the Cardinal shortstop. Bunnell fires, and that drills him right in the back. That one's got to hurt, but he's not going to tell you about it. He's not rubbing it. He just takes the hit and gets all the way down the first.
Swearing it on the numbers like a champ, and that'll bring up Yariel Guzman, who he got drilled.
Yes, he did.
So that's the second batter that Bunnell has plunked into this game, and waiting to see if there's any action in the Robbinsville bullpen right now. You gotta think Josh Yu might be warming up potentially.
First pitch of the at-bat is left up high there, 1-0.
Actually, Yu's at second base, I think.
Yeah, Yu is over at second base. I know that Ryan Billings is on the injured reserve for Robbinsville.
That's a big loss.
Second pitch of the at-bat, also left up high by Guzman.
If you're Lawrence, you got your top of the order coming up here on deck with Deacon Moore.
Deacon Moore was a part of the more wackiness that we saw with the pop-up and a double play. Firing in the first strike of the at-bat is Bunnell to Guzman.
Nice drop in the bucket there for Bunnell, and a good take there from Guzman. Just letting a strike go on you. No harm, no foul.
First baseman for the Cardinals is Guzman. Sumners with a nice lead. He takes off. Pitch high. Joaquin the throw down. Not in time. It was close, but Sumners just beat it.
There's one thing Seneca Sumners is good at. It's stealing bases and avoiding the tag. It was a great throw from Joaquin right behind the plate on line, but just a great jump there for Sumners right out of the gun, and now the game-tying run 180 feet away from the plate.
Guzman with a chance to tie the game up. He calls time.
And that takes away a double play opportunity here for Robbinsville. So this is a big out here if Bunnell is able to get it.
Bunnell fires, swung on and missed, strike 2. Full count now here to Guzman. Bunnell likes the pitch call. He checks back at Sumners. He fires in, Sumners takes off, line drive, base hit! Sumners was sent the throw home, and he is out! What a throw from center field there by Gavin Hopkins, and he guns out Seneca Sumners at home to keep the lead at 1 for the Ravens.
And that was, again, you did everything right. Both parties did everything right, and Summers was trying to dive out of the way. But just what a great throw from center field, and what a great tag.
Guzman did advance to second base on the throw home there, so the runner stays in scoring position for Deacon Moore.
Yeah, it was just a great idea there.
Ground ball over to Josh Yu. He fields it on his knees, skids up and throws out Deacon Moore. A scary situation there for the Ravens as they almost lose the lead there. But nevertheless, Bunnell's able to battle through, and with Gavin Hopkins with an absolute laser beam, or not. Yes, Gavin Hopkins with an absolute laser beam to get the run at home. I thought he missed the tag for a second there, but nevertheless, the call was made, and the Ravens are holding this 1-run lead.
And that was just, that could be the game-winning game here for Robbinsville if they're able to hold on to this lead. Just a blitzing play from center field and a heads-up play as well.
Waiting for Poot to step out there and take his warm-up pitches. We're going to the top of the 6th. Robbinsville with all the momentum in the world trying to add on to this lead. Stay tuned for the top of the 6th.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Poot going back to work here as a frustrating end to that inning for the Cardinals, Trey, as they had a little bit of momentum and then immediately stolen from them as Gavin Hopkins throws an absolute laser beam to Joaquin to cut down Seneca Sumners running from second to home.
Yeah, we talked about how good the infield here was for Robbinsville in this game, but now the outfield saying, you know what, we want a little bit of love as well. And just what an absolute dart. No cutoff man even needed there. Hopkins threw it all the way from deep center field to home plate. And Joaquin able to make a great tag to keep his team up by 1, and that is nothing but a momentum sapper here for Lawrence.
Leading things off is going to be Ben Dean here. Ground ball over to the left side, fielded cleanly and out on the throw.
1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th. And it brings up Ty Bunnell once again.
Oh, I apologize. That was Johnny Fowler at the plate. Now Tyler Bunnell, the DH and pitcher today on the lineup sheet. Bunnell 2 for 2 with both of them singles.
I didn't realize you could be both a pitcher and a designated hitter.
That's how they wrote it here on the lineup card for us. It says 1/DH.
That's a Mike Kinsella staple there. I'm not gonna lie. That's something he would do.
Bunnell, as good of a day as he's had on the hill, he's been perfect at the plate. 2 for 2 today, 2 of them being singles. The first one he came all the way around to score to tie the game. The second one, well, that's where that wackiness took over. And he's looking to add to his impressive day at the plate. Massive hole at the third base side here if he gets it down the line. Leaves that one up high. The count goes to 2-1 to the pit commit.
We'll say the weather has gotten a little bit warmer out here.
Yeah, I'm putting my feet out here in the sun a little bit. I'm feeling the heat.
My toes are still frozen.
Mine are too. I can barely move my right foot. And Poop fires. Fouled off again. This umpire is getting drilled. That one I don't even think hurt. That one's just frustrating.
That's just why the baseball god's just mad at me right now.
Multiple members around us now that they're not happy that this ump keeps getting drilled. This emotion's all over the place here on the first base side. Well, he still remains okay here. This is a trooper of a home plate umpire that we have.
We got two umpires getting drilled. We got Gus's car getting drilled. We got a couple of players getting drilled. Everybody's just getting plunked today.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Sumner's collision with the two infielders there. And Bunnell's going to get his third hit of the game here. No play there, so you can't call that an error. It's 3 for 3 for Bunnell.
That was just a miscommunication there. Not even on the base pass, just between the shortstop and third. And Bunnell is going to reach first base here. He's going to hit hat trick in that department.
It was Dan Tazi and Seneca Sumners, not seeing eye to eye there on that one as Jaden Joaquin swings at the first pitch there for a strike. Pitch runner again is
and you've got one out here. You do have an opportunity to do a double play if you're Robbinsville.
Ground ball, and here comes that 4, 6, 3. He beats it out. A fielder's choice ground ball there for Jaden Joaquin. Almost that double play that Trey was talking about, but the Ravens still have a chance with Ben Diaz stepping up to the plate here.
So Diaz coming up here, and Lawrence is trying to just inches away from getting that double play to get back in the bats here.
And now we're getting a courtesy runner for the catcher. This one's going to be Colin McKay stepping in now. McKay, one of 4 freshmen on the team, and he's pinch running for one of those freshmen right now, being Jaden Joaquin. It's a big task for him catching the senior star pitcher in Bunnell in his first game as a high schooler, as Diaz fouls that one off. He's been a victim of the K 2 times today.
Yeah, that's the first time. You know, I'm kind of old seeing class of 2030 on there for high school.
Trey, we've officially reached UNC status. I don't think there's anything we can do about
Lordy.
it. Runner takes off. It's McKay. Bouncing the throw is Dobkin. That one hit the pitcher's mound and then took a second hop to Summers. But safe at second is the pinch runner McKay. He's got some wheels on him too. That he
definitely does.
He got out of there quick. Robbinsville might have a good base sealer going future for the next 4 years with him on the team. 0-2, 2 outs. Can't get the call there. Diaz has gone down on the strikeout 2 times, 1 swinging, 1 looking. You know he doesn't want to do it for a 3rd time. Poot wants his 7th. And he gets his 7th on a beautiful breaking ball outside. 7 Ks on the day for Poot. Going into the bottom of the 6th inning. How can Lawrence get Tyler Bunnell off the schneid and get a run to tie this game, Trey?
Well, they're going to be going through the orders for the third time here. You got their meat of the lineup coming up here if you're Lawrence. So they've got some big bats coming up here. High pressure situation. You got 6 outs to try to get a run across, and overall, we'll see. They're not going to go to the bullpen just yet. Bunnell's going to remain out there, but pretty much everybody's been able to get some smattering amount of contact here on Bunnell. It's all about just timing and placement there of the bats, but overall, it's going to shape up to be a fantastic final inning and a half here of baseball here on opening day. Robbinsville still up 2-1.
Aiden Crowley to lead things off for the Cardinals in that bottom of the 6th. Stay tuned here on the WBCB Sports Network to catch the rest of this game.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Our color commentator Trey Wright has just informed me that Bunnell is at 81 pitches going into the bottom of the 6th inning, and Aiden Crowley is going to meet him here to start it.
Yeah, so Bunnell's got about 30 pitches to work with here over these next 2 innings or so.
Crowley's day at the plate, he walked and it was a sacrifice. He lays down a bunt, and I think that one clipped our umpire again, and that one, I think, got him a little bit lower.
2-ball corner pocket, maybe?
I hope not for his sake. 0-1 is the count now as he kept the bunt down. Second pitch of the at-bat is just a touch high from Bunnell, 1-1. The little motorbike goes behind us.
That was a mini scooter.
It just did a nice little jump over the speed bump over there.
Oh, Lordy.
In there, third pitch of the at-bat, strike 2.
Last thing we need is a motorcycle accident, because you know what, that would probably check the boxes of just the insane stuff that we've seen so far today.
Let's keep it on the field if that's the case. Breaking ball laid off there by Aiden Crowley. Count goes 2s now, 2-2 to the 2-hole hitter. Bunnell fires that breaking ball again. I guess that's I'm pretty sure that's ball 3. That's 3-2.
So I guess it was. I guess when he bunted, that didn't go off the bat.
I guess not. I thought he kept.
Well, I think Mike Kinsella's got the same thing as us. He was questioning about that.
Well, all right. Aiden Crowley gets a walk to start this 6th inning here. I thought that was ball 3.
I thought it was a 2-2. I guess it was a 3-1 the whole time.
I'm pretty sure that was off the bat at minimum, but nevertheless, Crowley on with a walk. And now this is Aiden Poot, the pitcher, looking to help his case and tie this game up here for the Cardinals late. Laying down a bunt, calling a strike that time there.
There's the makeup call. I'm surprised that the umpire didn't call for the scoreboard to be checked out in center field.
Yeah, because it read 2-2 up until that pitch there. Runner takes off, swing and a line drive, foul. Almost trouble there for the Ravens, but just pushing foul was that liner down the line. The wind probably gave it a little bit more push foul, but that's an unfortunate break for the Cardinals.
Just a little bit of a slice there.
Bunnell comes set. The pitch and fires, ground ball, 3, foul ball. That one hugged the line for a while there, and Diaz got it just past the bag, I guess.
It was doing a little bit more than hugging the line. That was just right on, titter-tattering, tantalizingly close, and it finally went foul. And Poot stays alive.
0-2 to Poot. No outs here still. And the pitch. Strike 3. Looking. Tyler Bunnell. Beautiful breaking ball.
Got him right on the inside, and Poot knew it immediately. Just nothing he could do there. A great frame job from Joaquin. And it brings up Josh Pekrowski for the third time today, trying to get his first hit of the afternoon.
Well, not exactly his first hit. He did single in the first
Okay,
inning.
second hit.
Yeah, he is 1 for 2 on the day. Looking to be the hero here. Not necessarily the hero in the bottom sense of the inning for a walk-off, but looking to tie things up here to extend this brilliant pitchers duel that we've been a part of today here. He takes the first one for a strike.
2-1 in favor of the Ravens right now.
Bunnell checks the runner. The pitch. Line drive into the gap, but it finds a glove. Hangs up there just a little too much to become an atom ball, falling right into the glove of Tyler Solovey, and that's a quick 2 outs here after a base runner for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that one was on a rope, heading right towards the short portion left field, but gonna make a nice grab there, and Lawrence down more towards the bottom of their lineup here with only 4 outs remaining to try to tie this game up.
That's Bunnell's 5th K of the day. And stepping up now is Dan Tazi. The runner takes off, throw down just a touch high. Not able to get the runner. Crowley, runner in scoring position now for the transfer Dan Tazi.
We've seen Tazi, line 1 here in Atakis back when he was in a Hamilton West uniform last year, so he knows how to rip one all the way to the outfield.
Not the ideal start to his Cardinal career here tonight. 2 Ks. He's 0-1. Touchouts. The third baseman, Dan Tazi.
At about that ceiling here.
He fires. Cut on and miss. Strike 2. And it's 2s all over the place. Runner on second, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Deuce is wild in the truest sense, Ryan.
Bunnell looking to get out of this inning. Another inning unscathed. It's been scoreless since the first here. The runner takes off. This one's popped up and it's out of play going into
Way
the
foul.
parking lot. 1 bounce. It's going right towards my car. And it takes a bounce and rolls away. Thank goodness. It's a 20-year-old car, but it doesn't need any more dents.
Well, wash, rinse, repeat on the Deuce is wild, and Lawrence trying to put a deuce on the scoreboard to make it tied at 2 here.
Crowley was in motion that last pitch there. He's got a massive lead. Takes off again. This one is skied into center field. Hopkins underneath it. Hopkins catches it, and the Ravens escape trouble again in the bottom of the 6th inning and have a chance to add on some insurance going into the top of the 7th.
And they definitely need insurance here, but Lawrence has got their bottom of the order coming up in this bottom of the 7th, and if you're Robbinsville, you've got the momentum right now. You're just trying to add on a little bit of cushion here to your already 2-1 lead here, but to the 7th inning we go.
Josh Yu again to lead things off for the Ravens. 7th inning, get your stretches going, people, on the WBCB Sports Network. Stay tuned, everybody.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 five-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Looks like Aiden Poot's going to finish things out here, or at least try to in the top of the 7th inning here, as he tries to keep the lead for the Ravens at 1 here. And Trey, he really better do that, because I don't know if they're going to be able to get a run off of Bunnell, because he's been cruising.
He has definitely found his groove after Lawrence exploited a little bit there in that bottom of the first, but ever since then, Robbinsville has been locked down like Fort Knox defensively over these last 5 innings here. They've been able to put 2 runs on the board to take it a 2-1 lead, and they're trying to add on here a little bit with the middle of their order coming up. But Poot, he's had a stellar game, but he's just looking to keep it on here a little bit.
Tyler Solove is stepping things up here. Solove is 0 for 3 on his day. Oh wait, no, this isn't Solove. This is Anthony Aldarelli getting his first plate appearance of the game. Aldarelli is a junior here in the program. Swing sends that one into the parking lot. Going towards my car again. And it hits my car.
Just off the quarter panel, you'll be fine.
It's fine.
Well, I think it's inevitable that my car is going to get hit here.
I'm not hoping for it, but it does make sense. They're going to check to see if he went, and he did. Strike 3. That's going to be strikeout number 7 for Aiden Poot today.
He's been dealing, but he's just looking for a little bit of offense coming up here in this bottom of the 7th, and he's got 2 more. Again, job's not done for him. He's got 2 more outs to try to get here.
Aldarelli did pinch hit there for Josh Yu and ends up with a K for his efforts, and this is Nick Wysakowski now stepping things up. 7-8-9 for the Ravens.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Yu on the hill here to close things out in the 7th.
That might be why there was a pinch hitter there. He could be down in the bullpen, but my view is obstructed. This one is skied out to left field. Benitez trying to get underneath. A lot of room, and he catches it in the left-handed batter's box of the softball field over there for the Cardinals and gets the second out of the inning.
He's all the way out there in no man's land and caught it just as it was about to graze the top of the cage there on the softball field. Quickly 2 away for Lawrence.
Now Ben Dean trying to keep things going here for the Ravens, trying to extend things. Dean is also 2 for 2 in his own right here. 2 singles on the day for the 9-hitter. Had a brilliant day fielding-wise as well.
And the Ravens have got their top of the order coming up here on deck if Dean is able to get on base.
We're getting on right. Robbinsville has touched him up a little bit, but again, he's
Got
from the oh, what?
Not been a great debut in a Lawrence uniform for Dan Tozzi. 0 for 3 and a potential costly error there at third. That's going to bring this top of the order right back around with Hopkins, who, again, you go back to that laser there in that bottom of the fifth, I believe, where he just had a bullet from center field. And that's really what's kept this a 2-1 game. And that's, if Lawrence goes 1, 2, and 3 here in this bottom of the seventh, that's going to be the play of the game.
Hopkins at the plate, 0 for 3 today. Struck out in the first. Runner takes off, the throw down by Dobkins, more than in time, and they get the out.
That was a bullet there in every sense of the word from Dobkin, and it caught Seneca a little bit off balance there, but Sumners was able to get the job done. But job is certainly not over for Lawrence. They've got 3 outs to work with to try to get a run across. It's do or die for the Cardinals, and it's do or die for the Ravens as well. And here we go, Ryan. It's the witching hour at Sunday Natakis Field.
It looks like Bunnell will start things out here in the 7th. We may expect to see Josh Yu, but nevertheless, the Cardinals have only 3 outs to go to tie or take the lead to start their defending championship season out on the right foot. Stay tuned here on the WBCB Sports Network for that bottom of the 7th.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations.
I was mistaken. It's Drew Dobkin starting things out for the Cardinals here at the bottom of the 7th. So it's going to be Dobkin, Benitez, and Sumners to start this bottom of the 7th. And as Trey alluded to going into break, it's do or die time, and they got a pit commit on the mound who's been cruising. First pitch of the at-bat to Dobkin is lined over the first baseman's head, base hit. They're trying to make a play at the bag. No dice. Almost got him out there.